It's kind of a coin toss with the GoPro. Sometimes it works automatically, and other times it doesn't. It's kind of annoying, but here we are. People actually showed up this week. I wasn't alone. Anyway, 6:34. Let's find our yoga modes if you are recording. Someone asked me at school, "Are you on Strava?" I was like, "Oh no, you're a Strava person, like really intensely." Like I love Strava. We all know that. And I was like, "Whoa, man! I just met you 30 seconds ago." Anyhow, I don't know why it always reminded me of that. I was like, "Ooh, all right." In three, two, one, let's start. All right. I'm exhausted. I've been exhausted for the last 6 weeks or so, but let's do the damn thing anyways. Let's close our eyes. Let's breathe. I'm in a good mood, but I'm still exhausted. So let's take our three centering breaths together. So breathe in through your nose. Okay, sit up nice and tall, lengthen your spine. And as you breathe out, plug in to your mat, to the floor, to your foundation, whatever you would call it. Relax into it. Then once again, let's breathe in through the nose. And then as you breathe out through your mouth, let your shoulders really sink down. Okay, last deep breath together. Let's breathe in. And then let it all go. All right. So we're going to take a couple silent moments here. I want you to set your intention for today's practice for the next hour. Maybe set your intention for the week, whatever that is. I think for me, for example, I just want to maintain, not quite get through it. I just want to maintain. And then I'm going to be saying that for the next 4 weeks on many levels. So use as an example for yourself, whatever it is. No wrong answer, just find what's best for you. Okay, so hopefully you've picked something by now or thought about something by now. And as we continue to sit here and breathe, just think about it, let it really sink in. Now I want you to move away from focusing in on just your intention that you just set. And I want you to focus in on where your breath feels strongest, whether that's the air as it hits your nostrils on the in breath, or maybe where the air hits your or the area between your nostrils and your lips. It's called your philtrum, or where the air hits your lips as you breathe out. And the purpose of focusing in your breath is to stay where we are now, staying in the present moment, not thinking about something you've already done, maybe over the weekend, or thinking about the rest of your week. But I want you to just stay and be here. All right, and this last little bit, should think about nothing at all. Just coast, hang out. All right, so let's take one last deep breath in. Then as you exhale, slowly open your eyes, readjust the lights and the lack thereof. All right, hop off the block. Let's do a sitting side stretch. So let's take both our arms and reach up towards our ceiling. You can look up towards the ceiling. Then I'm going to show my right today. So right palm is planted, reaching with the entire right side. Okay, fingertips up as far and to the right as you can. Feel that stretch all the way down to your hip. Ooh. Maybe come down on your right forearm if that's an option, while keeping both sit bones planted. And then let's gently bring the right arm back up towards your ceiling or towards the sky, and down on the left. Okay, right arm is above your head, your chin is turned up towards your arm or towards the ceiling. And we're reaching. Oof. Feel the stretch all the way down your right side. It feels so good. And then let's pop that left arm back up to the top and bring our hands together. Let's continue with our spine. I'm going to turn counterclockwise. Okay, we're planting both palms, as we know. Right palms against the left knee. Left palm or left fingertips is against the floor. And turn your chin towards your left shoulder. Looking behind you. Twisting with each out breath. Or twisting more with each out breath, I should say. All right. And then on your next exhale, let's unwind, come back to center. Then plant left palm with the right knee. And we're moving gently, but we're moving with purpose. Thinking about how our spine feels, how our palms feel pushing. Okay, give yourself one last push to the right. And then we'll come back to center. Ooh. All right, let's get the inner thighs, the soles of the feet together. Okay, drawing inner heels towards our soft tissue, the knees come down, and then lean forward. Oh. I think I'm going to do the open the book version. So my feet are like my book. I'm going to use my elbows pressing against my knees to open up the inner thighs even more. Open, open, open. I've heard a version where people push on their knees, but I think that's a little too intense. Good for them. All right, and then let's round out our backs. Okay, we're gonna crawl with our fingertips, crawling forward or sliding forward. And then we'll sit back up. And we'll stand up. Really take our time. Ugh. We all know it's coming. So super wide stance, toes facing forward. And let's reach both arms up towards our ceiling. Good, reach. And then exhale as you come forward. Yeah, you're gonna let the arms, the head dangle. Maybe your palms are planted on your mat. Gently pushing yourself towards the back of the room. The legs and knees are straight. Letting the hamstrings loosen up. Okay, let's go for stage two if you feel so inclined. Clasp your fingertips or hand fingers behind you, and then draw the arms towards the front of the room over your head, adding the shoulders, letting the head drop down even further. And then as you exhale, let's let go of the fingertips. Let's start by planting the right palm on the floor. And then rotating the left arm up towards the ceiling. Ooh, I'm on block this week. Ugh. And I've realized when I do yoga, I feel as though I'm projecting. It's all the thoughts I tell myself when I do yoga about myself. And then let's bring the left arm down and plant the left palm on the floor on your block. We're reaching for the ceiling with our right fingertips, opening up the chest, opening up the right shoulder. All right, and let's bring the right arm back down. You move my block out of the way. Let's let the upper half of our body dangle and slowly come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh no, where's Philippa's bike? Why is there no bike on the wall? I guess it doesn't really matter. She's gonna tell us? She's gonna tell us as we stretch our shoulders.
Sorry, it was getting really hot. I opened the window.
Where's your bike?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. I sleep with it in my bedroom now. We had a little rearrangement. It's an intimate
Oh,
setup.
look at that. Anyhow, left arm across the top of your shoulder. We all know me. I love consistency, and when things in my life change, even if it's not my own things, I don't like it. I must point it out. Anyhow, let's switch sides. I would say 99% of the time it's annoying in my life, but the time it makes sense is when people at work try to order things for the back bar. I'm like, why are we ordering this? This is such a niche product. You're clearly just buying it to taste it. Let's do a tricep stretch. Left arm behind the head. What are we doing, people? Why are we buying this niche mezcal that's very clearly you're drinking it? Let's switch sides. Let's pull on the right elbow as the right arm is behind the head. Sorry for getting sidetracked. Okay, let's release. Let's get the chicken wing, the neck stretch. Let's grab our left wrist behind our back and drop our head down to the chicken wing side. Okay, paying attention to where the stretch feels for our neck. Okay, and let's look down to start as we roll our heads forward. We'll hold it there for a moment or two. Okay, looking at the toes, looking at the ground. Then we're gonna gently roll our heads back and turn the chin and the eyes up towards the ceiling. And I'm gonna roll the head back to the middle position, then back to neutral, And let's grab the right wrist behind our back, letting the head drop down to the left shoulder. And then since we looked down to start on the other side, let's rotate the head back and look up. All right. And then gently roll the head forward. Then back to that middle position. Then back to neutral. What else should we do? Let's do a split leg hamstring stretch. So I'm going to start with my left. Okay, heels are in line, left toes are facing forward. We're going to start by reaching the arms up. And let's swan dive over the straight left leg. Let's drive that right hip towards the front ankle. Okay, supporting yourself with your hands wherever your reach is, whether that's on your knee, on your shin, on your ankle, on your block. Continuing to drive the right hip forward. Then we're going to bend the left knee and come on up. Okay, let's get the other side. You can either rotate 180 degrees or switch legs, whatever works best for you. And then same thing, arms are up top. And then we're going to swan dive over the straight right leg. Ooh. Okay, driving the left hip towards the front ankle. I like to think of it as squaring up my hips relative to the length of the mat. Saying hello to the right hamstring. All right. And then let's bend the front knee and then come on up. We want to do a standing side stretch. So you can either go feet together or feet slightly apart, depending on how much balance you want to add. But stand up nice and tall, reach the arms up. And then let's start on the left. So the left arm is down to my left side. And we're kicking out the right hip. Right arm is above our head and we're reaching. And we're feeling the stretch from our hip work its way up through our right side to our right fingertips. Continuing to reach with each exhale. All right, then we're going to bring the left arm back up to the top as we drop our right arm down. Okay. See how far down you can reach with those right fingertips. You can almost use it as a gauge of how much or how far you can go. But it's not about how far you can go, it's about how it makes you feel. We'll stretch anyways. And give yourself one last reach with the left fingertips. And we'll bring the right arm back up. Ooh. Then bring the hands to heart center, and then we'll return to the lower half. Let's do Malasana. So medium distance, toes facing in about 45 degrees. You can keep your hands at heart center if that feels good for you. And then let's lower ourselves down to the earth. Ooh. Saying hello to the legs. Maybe using your elbows on pushing your knees out a little bit more if that feels good for you. It's all about doing what feels good for you. When it stops being fun, you stop doing it. At least that's what I tell myself. This is still fun. I still want to do this. It's what I tell myself at work every day. No, just kidding. I actually like my job. May not like people I work with sometimes, but the job itself, it's not so bad. Anyhow, let's put your hands on your knees and support yourself coming out. Oh, now let's get one for our hip flexor. So we're gonna come down on our right knee. Ooh. Okay, our knees and our feet are at 90 degrees. You can untuck the back toes. Okay, we're just going straight into it. We're not doing any motion to get here. Okay, rotate that hip forward. Feel the right hip flexor. If you want to go for the extra credit, add the arm, pull it from the top and the bottom, totally optional. Oh, I hear groaning helps stretching. Yeah. Okay, really reach, continuing to release the right side. I used to laugh when people would do this, and then I turned 30 and was like, oh, I see. Let's release the right side. Let's swap legs. Okay, take your time. Same thing. And I realized Elizabeth and I frequently tell the story of the week I turned 30. I went for a run. It was actually up Strawberry Hill. I was doing hill repeats. And I threw out my back and I had to walk home. Luckily, our old apartment was like a 10-minute walk. Otherwise, it was probably going to be miserable and I would have to call her to come pick me up, but it wasn't so bad, other than my back hurt for 10 minutes. Or, I mean, hurt for a while, but it was a long 10 minutes.
This is my face when you think about being old at 30-ish.
What about 30-ish?
I said, this is my face when you talk about old and being
Oh,
there.
I get it. I mean, if it only gets worse every day, I don't look forward to it at all. Let's lower the left
It doesn't
arm.
just get worse every day, but there are newfound joys in movement that you must discover. It comes in waves. Let's
And
put
it
it.
comes waves. All right, you let me have this. All right. Oh, let's come to the front of our mat. Let's do our moving options. I'm just trying to tell stories to keep you two engaged and everyone watching at home.
It amuses me. Don't worry. Don't worry. It amuses me.
All right, feet and legs together, stand up nice and tall. We know what's about to happen. Let's do our 2 practice swan dives. Reach up towards the ceiling, get the shoulders out of their sockets, and then swan dive forward. Maybe giving me some jazz hands on the way down, or spirit fingers. Let's come up to flat back. And then round out the back, reach for the ground, reach for the toes, reverse swan dive until the hands are at the top. Okay, that's 1. Let's do 2. We're coming back down. Up to flat back, hands on the shins or the knees. Then we're rounding on our backs as we breathe out for a second time, and then reverse swan dive. Okay, and then 3rd time, let's do it for real. Up to flat back. And then as you breathe out, rounding at your back for a 3rd time, let's plant the palm, let's step back to plank. And then let's lower ourselves, keeping the elbows at your sides. Okay, into upward dog. Let's hold this first upward dog. Okay, getting on the tops of the feet. You can. Okay, feel the front of your body or your core. Then we're going to return to a plank position or push-up position. Give me a push-up if you want. And into our first downward dog of the day. All right, let's get those calves. We're going to bicycle the legs 3 times each side. Let's bend the left knee and drive the right heel down to the mat. And we're going to bend the right knee, focusing on just the left side. All right, back to the right. Okay. Pushing the floor away with the palms, fingertips are nice and spread, back to the left. Okay, we're really focusing on the calves. Okay, last time on just the right. Whew. And then last time all together, so on the left. And then let's straighten up both legs, return to a neutral downward dog. Let's do our crescent pose. So let's bring our feet and our toes together. Let's start on our right side. So right leg is up in the air. And then let's swing that right leg forward, plant it. Then bring the arms and torso up, reach for the ceiling. Okay, driving the back heel towards the mat. Hopefully your front knee is tracking with the front ankle for crescent pose. Woo! The left hip flexor is back again. And we love it. And then let's bring the hands to heart center as we transition straight into prayer twist. Pressing the left elbow gently into the right knee. Hands are stacked. Right elbow is facing the ceiling. And we're breathing. We're just hanging out for the 3, 2, 1. Let's return to our crescent pose. So arms are reaching up, legs are strong on the bottom. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's bring the arms and torso back down, planting both palms. Bring that right leg back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank, and we'll push up if you so choose. Back into downward dog. And let's get the left side, so feet and legs together. We're going to float the left leg into the air, swinging it through and planting it in front of us. And then we're into crescent pose on the left side. Right heel's driving down towards the mat. Right hip flexor is staying below. All right. And let's bring our hands to heart center as we transition into prayer twist on the left. Okay, let's take a deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, let's return the arms up for crescent pose. And your foundation is still nice and strong. And then we're going to breathe out, lower the arms down, plant both palms, left leg comes back to plank. And let's chaturanga down. Go back in upward dog. Back to plank, give me a push up. And into downward dog. Let's do a sun salutation before we enter the warrior sequence. So step the feet towards the hands. Okay, feet are together. Reverse swan dive, standing up nice and tall. Hands are at the top. And swan dive back down. Up to flat back. Then exhale, rounding at the back, planting both palms once again, and we're stepping back to plank. We're lowering ourselves into upward dog. Okay, back to plank. We're doing a push-up once again, and into down dog. Now we're going to do a warrior sequence of feet and legs together, floating the right heel up into the air, swinging it on through, planting in front of us, and into warrior 1. Okay, that back heel is planted on the floor on your mat. Shoulders are forward. Then we're going to do arms front and back for warrior 2. Hopefully the arms and the palms are parallel to the ground. Turn your head and look back if you want to check that. Okay. Then we're going to dip back into reverse warrior. Don't put too much weight on that back leg, but reach towards the back of the room with those right fingertips. And then back, warrior 2. Let's do our triangle pose. So with those right fingertips, reach as far forward as you can. And when you can reach no further, let's drop that right arm down. Left arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. We're mentally prepping for the next one. We know it's coming. Love it. We hate it. All the same. And that left arm drops behind the lower back. Right arm reaches underneath that right leg. Ooh. And our wrists are cracking. Or not. Okay, opening up the left shoulder and the chest as we continue to look upwards. Doesn't have to be directly upwards, but up. Okay, maybe that right leg is starting to feel a little fiery. We love that. We'll continue to breathe. We're going to take a deep breath in. And as you let it go, let's release the hands. Plant that right palm or right fingertips. Left arm is reaching back up towards the ceiling. Let's pop back up in warrior two. Okay, let's straighten up that front leg. Let's get a little bit of relief. Let's do a high up reverse warrior. That front leg is straight, but we're reaching back towards the back of the room. And we're going to bend that front knee once again. We're back and low into it. Returning to warrior two, arms front and back. Let's swing that left arm forward and up for warrior one. And then as you bend forward and down, bring the back heel off the mat, plant both palms. Right leg returns to plank, and let's chaturanga down into upward dog. Back to plank, give me a push up, into downward dog. Let's copy and paste to the left side. So feet, legs together. Float the left heel up into the air. And swing it on through. It's planted in front. And come into warrior one on the left. Okay. Planted, feeling good, feeling strong. Let's go. Warrior two, arms front and back. Okay, maybe you want to check your hips and your shoulders are 90 degrees from your mat. Arms are front and back, palms parallel. And then we're going to dip back into reverse warrior on this side. Reach for the back of the room. And then back to warrior two. And then let's reach forward the left arm and left fingertips. Continue to reach forward, forward, forward. Then dropping the left arm down. Right fingertips are reaching for the ceiling. We're doing a lot of reaching today. We do a lot of reaching every Monday. All right. And then let's drop that right arm behind our lower back. Okay. Left arm goes underneath the left leg. Grabbing fingertips, grabbing palms, grabbing wrist if you're a wrist grabber. And we're going to open up the right shoulder as we continue to look up. Nice, easy, long breaths. Okay, let's take one deep breath in. And as you release the breath, let's release the hands. Left palm comes back to the mat. Right fingertips are reaching up. And we're going to pop back up into warrior two. Okay, and just like the other side, let's straighten up the left leg, get a little bit of relief. And then dip back into reverse warrior. And while we're in reverse warrior, let's bend that left knee and get low into it. We're back on fire, but we're loving it. Back to warrior two. Swing that right arm forward and up for warrior one. And then let's bring the torso and arms back down to the mat as the back heel comes up. Back to plank. Let's chaturanga down, nice and easy. And into upward dog. Okay, back to plank. Give me a push up on the way to downward dog. Okay, if that's an option for you. And we're just gonna hang out in downward dog. That was a lot for the legs. Thank you, legs. Say it out loud to yourself if you need to.
Thank you, legs.
Right? All right, from here, let's do our chair pose. So gently step the feet towards the hands and then lower your bottom down as your arms come up. And think about that straight line from your Bottom through your torso, through the arms, to your fingertips. Don't let the elbows flare. And we're breathing. We're chairing. All right, keeping the arms and torso basically where they are. Slowly straighten up your body. We're going to get off the heels. Okay, showing off the midriff because this tech tee is from my Davis days and has seen the dryer. Whew. And we're gonna slowly lower the heels back down, bringing the hands to heart center, and we're gonna straighten a twisting chair pose on the right. Okay, we know the drill. Lower yourself down with the legs. Press the left elbow into the right knee. And I'm going to take a drink of water. Nice. All right, we're chairing on the right. Chair pose on the right, I should say. Okay, let's come back to center. And then reach the arms back up to the top. Okay, off the heels, onto the toes. Working those arches. I used to say working those calves, but I'm working on something else now. Always working on something though. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, lower the heels down. Hands are back at heart center, and we're coming into chair pose on the left. Okay, remembering to breathe as we hold each pose. All right, and let's come back to center. And for a third and final time, as you reach up, get the heels off the mat. Okay, working the calves, working the arches. Hey. All right, we're gonna stay here for another 3, 2, 1. Gently lower yourself down. Bring the hands to heart center. I'm gonna take another drink of water. If you need to take a drink of water, go for it. If not, or in some people's case, drink tea. Only weirdos drink tea in the morning. Those UK people. Okay, I'm gonna tie my shorts. Let's do tree. Yeah, we're off here. I'm gonna start with the left leg, bring the right heel in. Doesn't really matter which side you start on, we're gonna do both anyways. Okay. Place the hands where you can find your balance, whether that's at heart center. I don't know if either of you know Jeff Farrell, the older gentleman in GGTC. He always did the Karate Kid, mostly because his balance is basically 0. But that's okay. We love him nonetheless. He's actually the longest standing member of GGTC. He's been in the club for like 24 years.
And he's active and shows up.
And he's active and he shows up. When he's not in Florida visiting his dad. Anyhow, let's release that right leg. And every time he tells me he's visiting his dad, I'm like, Jeff, aren't you like 1,000,000 years old? How old is your dad? All right, let's get the left leg in place. And then he would tell me stories of when he would do drugs and then go outside. I'm like, oh man, you got a fun life. He was telling me one time he decided to take mushrooms and didn't realize that there was a thunderstorm happening. And then he found himself on top of some hill or mountain that he had to climb back down while on mushrooms.
And this is why we don't have AI transcription.
Well, we're not talking about ourselves, so there's that.
Correct. Correct. All right, let's lower ourselves back down. All right, let's have a seat. We're gonna get ready for table. We're gonna grow it on the way there. Let's plant the soles of the feet and the palms of the hand about shoulder distance apart and prop ourselves up. Okay. Trying to push your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Feel the shoulders, feel the glutes, feel the everything. And remind me at the end of this to show you this model time trial bike that my dad got me the last time my parents visited. You can actually turn the cranks, the rear wheel moves. It's really cool. All right, take a deep breath in and then gently lower yourself back down. Don't crash. Keeping the lower half of your body where it is. Let's lie down on our backs. We're going to go into bridge next. Okay. So roll onto your shoulders as you push the floor away with your feet. Okay, same thing as table, press your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Feel your lower back, feel the glutes, feel the hamstrings. Clear your throat if you need to. Okay, give yourself one last push. And then going one vertebra at a time. Lower yourself, take your time. Ooh. All right. We're all down by now. We're gonna get our glutes. Okay, I'm gonna bring my right ankle onto my left knee. Let's grab that grab the left shin or left hamstring. Engage that right glute. Okay, 3 long breaths. Okay, get as deep into the stretch on the right side as you can. So let's breathe into the nose and out the mouth. Number 2, let's breathe in. And breathe in or exhale into the right glute, breathing in the stretch, noticing how the stretch gets deeper and better, and hopefully more looser. All right, last time, let's breathe in. Exhale. And you can release the left side. Let's get the left ankle onto the right quad or right knee. We're grabbing our right leg now. All right. Saying hello to the left glute. Let's breathe into that left side. Ready? Let's breathe in. And long exhale. Okay, number 2, let's breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Nice. All right, last one here. Let's breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Oh. All right, let's let go of our legs, bringing both legs into the air now. Let's grab the outside parts of our feet, pulling in our knees towards our underarms. Okay, pulling, feeling the inner thighs, and then rocking left to right, right to left. Just pay attention how your spine feels against your mat. Okay, all right. So let's lower the legs down. We're going to continue for the spine as we usually do. I'm going to move my things out of the way real quick so I don't hit them, or rather spill the remnants of my coffee. All right, let's pull the right knee in towards our chest. And we're going to flex the foot here so your foot's 90 degrees from your shins. Pulling, pulling, pulling. Feeling that little stretch on the inner thigh area where your leg meets your hip. All right, and then let's pull our right knee over to the left side of our body, really feeling our spine twist. It's kind of the lying down version of that first turn we did, or first twist we did, rather. Getting really deep into the twist though. As you exhale, see if you can get your right knuckles and your right knee to touch the floor. And really trying to get it as deep into that spinal twist as we can. That's the whole point. I know I've been saying twist a lot. Let's bring that right leg back to the neutral position. And let's hug that left knee in, enjoying that little stretch. Okay, maybe pull your left knee or left leg out towards the left side of your body, changing the angle of that stretch. And then we're back to center. And we're going to pull the left leg over to the right side of our body. Left arm and left fingertips are out to the left as we look to the left. Okay, maybe one side you can't twist as far, that's okay. Let's just continue to work towards it. But same thing, continuing to breathe out, getting deeper into the twist. Ooh. Let's take one last deep breath on this side. So breathing into the nose and then out through the mouth. Okay, I'm gonna bring that left leg back to center. Let's sit back up. We're gonna get our hamstrings. Ooh. So I'm gonna keep my left leg out in front, bringing my right heel in towards the soft tissue. Back of my left knee is planted on the mat. Okay, I'm gonna start with my arms up top, and then breathing out, reaching for my left toes or my left heel, feeling that left hamstring. Ooh. Okay, we're still here. We're still hanging out. All right. No matter which position you're in or how far you're reaching, let's give yourself one last effort for this leg, this side. And then let's let go of everything here. And then switching legs. Ooh. So that right leg is out in front. Our left heel is in towards the soft tissue. I'm going to add my arms up top. And as I breathe out here, I'm going to reach for the outside part of my right foot because I like to add the bonus side stretch. All right, I'm going to continue to pull one last effort for the right side now. Then I'm going to let that side go, keeping my right leg where it is. We're in both legs together. So I want the thighs, knees, shins, heels, toes touching. Arms are back up top. And then I'm going to reach over my toes. See how far down I can go. Maybe even go down the sides of my feet towards my heels. See if I'm that flexible this morning. Okay. And we're going to release. Let's do pigeon next. Oh, hopefully your hamstrings are feeling a little more open. So I'm going to start in a push-up position. I'm going to start with that right foot planted behind the left wrist. Then bringing both knees down to the mat. And then untucking that back foot, back toes. Okay, lowering myself down as far as I can and feeling that whole right side begin to open up. Finding the position that feels most comfortable for you. We're gonna stay here for another 10 seconds before we add the quad stretch. Right, and then let's plant both palms in front of us as we push our torso up. And let's bend at the left knee and pull our left heel in towards our body. Okay, feel that left quad stretch. Giving yourself one last pull. And then let's release that left leg. Let's return to a push-up position. And then let's bring that left leg forward and drop both knees down, untucking the right leg and the right toes. No, take one last deep breath for this side. And then as you breathe out, let's plant both wrists or both palms in front and let's grab that right heel in. Grab the right foot to pull the right heel in. That right quads. Real tight this one. And then let's release that right foot. Let's come into child's pose as we enter our closing sequence. So sit back on the heels. Knees are about as wide as your mat, or as wide as feels comfortable. Arms are on the mat in front of you. And just think about everything you just did. Right. And then let's gently come forward out of child's pose and let's rotate onto our backs. Let's lie down. Okay, getting ready for corpse pose. I'm going to use my yoga block as a pillow. Okay, bring your arms to your sides. Relax your whole body. We're just going to be here for 60 seconds. Don't move. Just be here. And we're lie as still as we possibly can. And we're starting 3, 2, 1. A little longer than 60 seconds, but that's okay. Keep your eyes closed. Reach the arms overhead. Give me a morning stretch. I'm gonna wriggle to my left. Then over to my right. All right, let's roll on to one side. Doesn't matter which side. You just take a moment for yourself and rest your head and your face right on your hands. Ugh.
Call this cuddle pose.
Let's push ourselves up, back into a cross-legged position. I'm gonna take my time. I am quite achy. Ooh. All right, let's do our 3 ohms or 3 out breaths. You can close your eyes here, but remember to sit up nice and tall. Okay, let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. All right, number 2, let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. All right, last one. Let's sit up nice and tall and then breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Oh. Let's bring our hands to namaste. And you may repeat after me if you would like. May you have clear and kind intentions. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Let's bring our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communication. And then returning our hands to heart center. As always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friend.